Hi, my dear so family. So I have received another question that I decided to make a short video about. And the question was, what does it mean if the ruler of the north node has a conjunction to the south node, or the ruler of the north node has an aspect to the south node? So I decided that this is actually quite an interesting topic. So I am going to be making a video about it. If you would like to have a reading with me, then you can do so. You can go on my website, AstroViktor.com, and you can book one. Or if you would like to learn a little bit more about astrology, I have a lot of webinars and courses available. And on top of that, you can even be part of my YouTube membership program, or you can go on my website and then you can get weekly forecasts where I explain a lot of things, how energies are playing out, and even how it is affecting each rising sign. But let's have a look at this very complex but interesting question. So, what happens when the ruler of the north node has an aspect to the south node? I would say that this is a classic signature of feeling stuck. Imagine that we've got the ruler of the north node, which is the guide or the key to your future. And it is located in your past, which is the south node. So, the ruler of the North Node is the planet that is supposed to lead to your destiny. And it's being pulled back somehow into the comfort zone of certain type of past habits, talents, or even karmic baggage. So imagine this as your future self, for example, sends you a guide with a map. But as soon as that map arrives, you get very comfortable, sit on the couch, and forget what you were supposed to be doing. And sitting on that couch is very much the south node. Or imagine that the future self of yours is sending this guide with that description or with a map. But as soon as that guide arrives, you feel like, wow, I don't even know what's written here. It's a foreign language to me. Or maybe there is a splash of water on it, and then kind of like the words are distorted and you cannot read it out fully. So this is a feeling when you have got like spinning your wheels or taking one step forward and two steps backwards. But also it could feel like a strong tendency to use your destiny key. It's like a pen drive, really. And then you are just using that to build a more comfortable version of your past. But you are not necessarily going towards the future. And the path forward requires you to first consciously excavate and resolve the issues of that South Node. The key isn't just about being stuck. You're gonna have to be unlocking that past trauma or pattern, and then you can finally move on. That's pretty much your karmic journey there. So, for example, if your North Node is in the sign of Taurus, so your destiny is gonna be about stability, self-worth. It means that your South Node is going to be in the sign of Scorpio, which means that in previous lives or at the beginning of your life, for example, in your childhood, you experience crises, other people's money issues, or certain type of intensity. Now, the ruler of your North Node in Taurus is going to be Venus, and Venus is in conjunction to your South Node in the sign of Scorpio. So your key to the self-worth is going to be about the recognition that you are stuck in old patterns of crisis or debts or intense sexual entanglements. And then you will keep using your Venusian charm to get into the same old scorpionic situations until you consciously use to heal them. So maybe you are going to be in a karmic loop because this is kind of like a karmic loop. You are going to be in this karmic loop of attracting, for example, possessive guys. You are going to be attracting guys who think that they can buy you. and so forth. By the way, another question that I received, just looking at myself in the camera, that what this necklace is about. Well, this necklace is called the Tachyon Energy Necklace, and basically it is charged with some healing power. And I got it from a friend of mine. And I love it. I used to wear it a good 15 years ago, but I gave it away to someone that I was in love with. Maybe I shouldn't have done that, but anyway, no regrets, right? So, and when I visited my friend last month, when I went to Hungary for a week or so, then I got one. And then I love it. It comes in two colors, by the way, and the other one is black, but I like this silver goldish type of stuff. But let's go back to our major topic. So, and what happens if the ruler of the north node conjuncts the ruler of the south node? Well, this is a little bit different. This is kind of like you are mandated for integration. So obviously, again, we've got the guide to your future, and we've got the gatekeeper of your past are pretty much the same planet or walk hand in hand. So the experience here is that the planet that manages your past skills and your future goals are merged and you cannot separate them. The past is somehow the tool for your future. So again, imagine that the guide with the map to your future is very much the same person or as the old general from your past life. He knows your old tricks and he also is aware of your new mission. So his job is to retrain you. So, however, it can feel like that I'm not meant to be leaving behind my South Node skills. Actually, you shouldn't be leaving your South Node skills behind. You are meant to be repurposing them. The poison of your South Node, basically, we can call it as your worst habits, and the medicine come from the same battle or a bottle. So imagine that this is kind of like a snake bite type of scenario. And if you get bitten by a snake, the antidote is also in that particular poison. So this is going to be talking to us about self-mastery. You have got something raw there. You've got an unconscious talent there, and that comes from the South Node. And you're going to have to apply it consciously to that goal, to those goals of your North Node. So imagine that you have got North Node in the sign of Taurus, again ruled by Venus, and then we've got South Node in the sign of Scorpio, which is ruled by Mars or Pluto. So if you have got, for example, a Venus in conjunction to your Pluto or Mars, because if you use the modern ruler, then basically the path to self-worth is merged with your past life tendency for power, control, transformation, intimacy, and so forth. So it pretty much means that you are not meant to be, you are not supposed to stop using intensity, for example, in your life. Maybe you're going to have to take it to the next level, actually. You're going to have to use it to applying it to building your own tangible, stable resources, which is very much the Venus in the sign of Taurus. Sorry, Venus as in the ruler of the Taurus North Node. Instead of being entangled with other people's financial situation, for example, so you inherit a lot of past talent connected to power, but you're going to have to use that power to build new foundation. So what happens usually with the ruler of the North Node and that is in conjunction to the South Node is that you might feel very lost what path you are meant to be on. This pretty much happens, but that guide to the future is not necessarily leading you forward. It is getting pulled backwards, actually. Or you are pulled back into your comfort zone. And I tend to look at the South Node position often, stuff that were taught by our parents. So it's kind of like a gravitational pull to go back to something that is super familiar. And it was told by my parents, it was shown by my parents. And I think that's the only way how I am meant to be doing things. So the planet that is supposed to help you evolve is instead sitting right in the middle of your old habits and patterns. And basically, that comfort zone gets even more compelling. So again, that's spinning your wheels, and unfortunately, if you're unable to get out of it, then imagine that there is going to be a lot of ups and downs in your life. So remember, the Northland is always going to talk to you about where you are meant to be going. The ruler of your Northland is the guide, but do not allow your guide to be sitting on the couch telling you that it's easier to stay put, easier to stay out of that invitation that the Northland is actually giving you. So like I said, this is going to be a short video. I will be making more little short videos about these questions. So feel free to pop your questions in the chat box. And if there is something that I am pulled towards to, then I'm more than happy to answer them. Probably making a very short video about it. So good luck, everyone. And I will see you in my next video. Take care. Bye-bye.